Mic test, mic test. Read me loud and clear, yeah? Yeah, those are new buttons on YouTube. In any case. And we're back with some bartender action, or rather, for a bartender begs for money simulator. Let's see, where were we at? Day 16. Right, I was like 10,000. Ah, right, halfway. Halfway to broke. Wonderful day. Woman marries enemy pillow. Which reminds me, isn't there some dude who married his love plus waifu? That was ages ago. Wednesday? Right. Voice work. Let's try to keep this up. Evening. Ah, Jill, I'm out to get firecrackers. Firecrackers. It's New Year's, right? You need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the dogs? Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more than when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Jamie's here. And he just disappears. Anyway, let's start. Time to mix drinks and... I was about to say save lives. If drinks could save lives, that'd be amazing. I suppose it does. If you think about it in the it keeps them sane sense. The guy that wouldn't come back twice. Ingram. How did I voice this nut? Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yeah. There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something like that. So it flew by here. You take it you know what made the noise? Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity. I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Some explosions all night. Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now get me Mars Blast. Lead actor of the night. Wait, lead actor of Night of the ID Snatcher's name was what? Where did that come from? One part Delta for this. London. 13. Here you go. Well, you didn't mess that up. No, you didn't mess up. How did it... Really now? Sorry if I may interject. Sorry. You looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You would think you'd stand a chance. You're like half his size. You can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. That changed things, huh? I can fight dirty. I can fight dirty. Jill, please, you make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right. I'm sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one who enjoys them, aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? Might be to your liking. Okay, let's try the suplex thing. Right. Strap of my bra is itching. 1, 2, 3, 4. All on the rocks. Here. Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier power driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister. Call me Jamie. And you... and you are? I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I need to look for a specific file at a... Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel probably suicidal. So why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something. The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. I see. How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber, and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in bed while a horrible pressure builds up in your body, and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes, in your gums, in your toes, everywhere. This is probably gonna give Jill some bad images of Nor. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. What are you having? What are you having, Jamie? What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, I should have figured. Hey, give me one of those two. Sure. How does boss's hair stay like that? Is this because I didn't get her the manekineko? If it's just hints on the screen, I don't think I'll need. If I play a second run through. Oh, full, fine. Aged, mixed. That punch. Oh, wait, wasn't there a second one? Ah. Yeah, I love those. It looks different from yours, though. I added a little couple of extras in his, actually. So where's the antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie? Inside, like all other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perk of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. And the rest of the enhancements. Were you reconstructed, or have you been adding them over time? Over time. Either by getting a much-needed enhancement, or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. This is what, his third time? Second time? I can't remember. You said that twice. Shut up. Seemed like a nice guy. Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you got him on a bad day. No, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough. Tires the hell out of me. Someone's in a good mood. Bad touch. Yeah. Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too. Okay, yeah, so if she's distracted, she doesn't remember the orders. As long as I'm paying attention. Right, bad touch. Admittedly, I have a bad memory, so I have to pay attention. 4. On the rocks next. Wait, 6? Did I miss something? Yes. There we go. Here. Jill, you have such a petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. So what put you in a good mood? Oh yeah, that. Today my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband, and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to the court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed up, huh? When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Ava comes and says, and make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple. Yes. Really, that kind of behavior should not be encouraged, no? You don't... I don't know, maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now. You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time, we even slept on the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. She stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all of that, I mean, the age difference and all. But there is something in particular I still can't forgive. It was the day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no sisters. Fantastic. I think that was the moment that finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. Felt betrayed. And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? Hey, it's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather, the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana that I know today. How so? She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult, you see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression. Huh. But enough about me. How are you? Everything's fine. Everything's fine aside from this note. Note? Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? Yeah? I got this note from her. Let's see. Wow, she must feel really bad about the whole thing. As do I. As do I. So what's the problem then? The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place. Right. Give me a brandini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you. Right. Uh-huh, so it's not changing. As long as I pay attention, it's fine. So how much money did I goddamn waste? God damn it. Here. This is the thing. Let's start. Oh, it's Anna. Oh, hell no. Does she show up if I wonder. Does Anna show up more often if Jill is more distracted? Well, it's something to test out, I suppose. This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. In time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements. All I can look at right now are those boobs. What now? Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if a high-ranking lives? Anna, please shut up. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like part of her had crumbled. Hey Joe, I can lift her sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. Alright, enough. Enough? Shit. Peace out. I mean, I know the girl is you and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she'll be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer? Right. At least Anna didn't interject there. I can think of your inappropriate lines, but no thanks. Here. Thanks. So tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along? Oh, yeah. I never had brothers and sisters, but once Lenora introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too. I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Yeah. Well, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be there. Remember, I won't forgive you. Yes. I'll take my break. Alright. You were here. You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, did you hear? Huh. Is that also part of the not concentrating thing? Does it really matter, I wonder? Again, I'll test it out eventually. Maybe. Well, I usually play unguided the first time around, then play guided. To get whatever endings I want. It's less chilly today. Jill, the kid's looking for you. Oh shit. That's not Gabby. Norma. So it changes back whenever. Who is Anna? I'd like to pull her aside and interrogate her. Yes. Interrogate, surely. Oh, fuck you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. She thought it was for her. Thank me. Well, first by not letting me drink that whole thing. You didn't let me get home smelling of alcohol. I mean, even though you served me the alcohol. Oh, but when I do, you get all suspicious. What now? I kind of faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me. She said I wanted to figure out and said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that it'd be a waste of time, waste to spend money in a university just for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to college courses, but I was free to explore. Glad to hear that. And well, I want to thank you for that. Me. I just rushed headfirst into my original plan. Things would have gone ugly. And you were right. I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it's too late outside. Be careful. Oh, so sweet. Shut up. Hey Jill, mind helping me here? Helping me here? Ugh. Make a bleeding Jane, please. On it. Come on. I'll probably play the game again without all the knickknacks. Thanks. Hey Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character. I don't know. Are you? A cute girl. Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there. Hmm? Yeah, just remembering stuff. Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please? Sure. I'm still wondering how the knickknacks actually contribute to this. Too much. Did I get that right? Thanks. Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There! Can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird. Nobody expects the Darth Inquisition! Yeah, I'm not doing that. Can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night. Can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night. Honey! Oh, hey, Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy Jean? Sure. As long as I pay attention. All aged and mixed. Oops. Strange that I have such short attention span, but can read light novels for hours on end. Can't change the channel. So she's visual. She's definitely a visual. What's the word? Hallucination. Yeah. Oh yeah, before you leave. What, are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Yeah. Sure, I'll be there then. Well, I've got things to do too, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please. Who the hell is Becky? Who's Becky? Who's what? You said. I said nothing. Okay, fuck that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means. She's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. Please. Well, I guess that's it for today. You're sure you're fine? I am, don't worry. Hey Jill, mind if I ask a really silly question? You've seen my clients, you can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves though. Sorry, what did you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but the word boomer seems so out of place. Not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who were called that. Oh, let's go a bit back first. You don't know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment, like while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki Romanov treatment, or was it the Romanenko Yamada treatment? Let's call it a catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it, and at a critical point that would make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corpse's record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stankovic. Was it Stankovic? Let's call him Stankovic for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stankovic funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiments were a success. The girl, Sylvia Stankovic, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification procedure, even if they had no ailments at all. All because of one particular girl whose life got saved through that treatment because it became an immediate darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born, and their parents got called cat boomers. A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with protrusions instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions, why is that? Because that's what they are. They're not ears? You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Plus, they can move like a cat's and react to their mood. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Huh. It still surprised me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today. Thanks. Don't worry, I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind, I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you saying someone that got protrusions because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait. What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stankovic. I just remembered Sylvia Stankovic was around my age when I was a teen. And there was some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout that just now? Sorry. In any case, I'm off for the day. Alright, careful out there. Hey! That's a nice number. One digit too many though. Okay, I need 3.4. Man, Jill is so easily distracted, huh? Pot calling the kettle black. Oh, Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Work. Normies are taking over, huh? Her. Everyone is neat, just like me. Anyway, the place is cool, but the bartender can be a bit of a dick. How so? Never been there, so wouldn't know. Is she cute? I can take it if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. I see you already had a conversation with her. Did she reject your advances? No, I just heard from the... So is that a no? Kind of. I mean, if you're going there just to chat. I just want a place to chill for a bit and meet new people. Can I smoke there? Is there any bar from the BTC where you can smoke? Nope. Bummer. But I think I'm gonna go next week. Sounds good enough for me. Ah, it's Lana again. I know I looked at it and just scanned. Just, you know. Right, I should save just in case. $3.4. I can make that in 2 days, right? Right? Cutting it close. Hey. Okay, so we've got almost everything. We're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Jillian Applegate, as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate. I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send the lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being a delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me that list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? But a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? He what? A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages and he's only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backward and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar. I take it? That's right. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me, time to mix drinks and change lives. Deal with a crush, huh? This place is great. Oh, if it isn't... Oh, I forgot her look, actually. Hey Jill, sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stock woman incoming. Doors open. Go ahead, the door's to the left. Thanks. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one. That's the bathroom. Why is the dog in the bathroom? Nope, don't answer that. I prefer him staying in there. Oh, it's this idiot. Now where'd she go? Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Oh, he remembered me after 2 weeks. I do not remember what his favorite drink was. Beer? I think it was a beer. Mars Blast? Sure, definitely not sweet drinks. River Spike? I think it was a Grizzly Temple. No, I think it was a beer. Let's just give him a beer. Can't go wrong with that, right? Here. Sure, good enough. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening, they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations, and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. See no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? A shitty page that will over-sensationalize anything and reports useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls in the non-pleasant way. Zybot's Corp and the company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once, and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice, and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, and the best case scenario is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out this week, but if I overstep, my ass is on the line. Glad to see this hell is still in one piece. The BTC has been going to apeshit, closing bars lately. Oh yeah, that. Yesterday, they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week, they closed 3 smaller bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. How do you... just... That set of words doesn't make any sense. I mean, yes it does, but no. Illegal chicken restaurants. I mean, you know? Not to mention, there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never... BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at BTC after this whole thing. And shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlets talks about that. Alright kid, let's try Moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. Mars Blast, was it? Six, 1, 4. Here. What? So what brought you here? Alright, didn't you see Lilum come in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really, just hitting on her. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring. Why, though? Are you that poor? Don't you have, like, family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fucking curious as shit right now. I want to know just how detailed those king-class achievements are, personally. And so you followed her. I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. Not my shtick, though. So that Lilum's in here, then? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight, or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver. Right. All mixed. Is he gonna call it wrong again? Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. Hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. My sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. How nice of you. It's nothing really, and she did hide me. It's the least I could do. But, well, you're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Oh, that was a fast snooze. Well, she didn't say. 300s are just about the most expensive things I can give, right? Don't remember the prices. $55233. Here. Thanks. So do you know why Donovan was looking for you? Following you? I don't, but I was in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you. Don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Wait, you are? Her fans don't know that. It's not common knowledge. And the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with a producer for a while now. Huh. Really? You were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough, it wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. He's a stick in the mud where plannings do, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. Hey, can you really walk so calmly? These streets aren't exactly safe. Really? Haven't faced any issues lately. Sure, they've tried to mug me once or twice, but it's no big deal. No big deal. Every time someone tries to mug me, somebody pops out of somewhere and stops it. Fabulous. Makes me feel like I'm always protected. Those are some hardcore stalkers. I guess the fact that she ran away from Donovan even after all that says something. Hey, this will sound familiar. But do you have anything like tea? Let me see. Tea, huh? Wasn't there... There we go. And it's expensive too. Here. Perfect! Hey, you're a King Class Chia, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72? We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads which make them more versatile. My line lacks that, with the resilience of the DT-01Ds. But we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say. See. So, anything new for this concert? Well, it is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go for the first one. But we always try to spice it up. Like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug. So you know the B-Link girls. Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their onstage personas they are. Really. Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Aina is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in public. They once told me if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs. Wait, what's that? Oh, that was Jill. And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs. I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate. True, I guess. Well, I've gotta go. But let's have a Sparkle Star first. Alright. Unpowdered. Aged mixed. Here. Sparkling. Well, it's always a pleasure, Gel. Please come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to meet me. Nice to see you. Boss, skills back. I'll take my break. Alright. That was a lucrative day, right? Note to self, white oil for that door. Alright then. Yes? Gil, you're in my spot, please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt, actually. Let's go with that then. Right. Stella. Greetings. Ah, Stella, we can get you. I'll go with the Bleeding Jane today. It's really just random thoughts now, huh? She is distracted. Truth be told, if I had to take orders, yeah, well, rather than distracted, it's more like I just zone out. Which is honestly a quite bad habit. You wouldn't believe that. You wouldn't believe how bad because eventually everything starts blurring together and it's just one massive nebulous nothing. With only a bit of color here and there. Thank you. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I thought you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Phil is the one you can know that too. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey, Chill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush. Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank, After events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any white knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynching, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they were while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around, but the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even a single piece of the armor fetches a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research just to justify expenses? It's new tech. It's a whole new field, ripe with patents just opened for many. So I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. You can see how. There is one weird case, though. Hmm? There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg core unit. Unique. The guy had a really small unit, 5 people, including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin tokusatsu heroes. I want to see that though. They looked really gaudy. I guess for people who don't understand what that is, it's Power Ranger suits or Masked Rider. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. Huh, clever. He was one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on the front that make people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no trace. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu Corp has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corp because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just the front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corp chose. He makes a fool out of himself, and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corp is actually doing. Yeah. So what you're saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park. I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously, Henmore? Can I get a martini here, please? Sure. Sure. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today. Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kiramiki encore concert. Nice. Alright, as it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? I can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite a graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true. Amazing. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know. In fact, many think that that's what makes her so famous so quick. That's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's so down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to work for. You see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, after time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Being a nice person will take you far though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy, do you really believe me? Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line to say in her wounds. Although she'd probably nag me about how she doesn't need it, and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. I gave her a Bleeding Jane earlier. 200. Huh, Bleeding Jane is actually cheaper than a beer. Amazing. Usually isn't beer the cheaper ones? Well, I guess that depends on the brand, huh? Let's see here. Let's give her... Oh hell, let's just give her another Bleeding Jane, yeah? Not that way. 1, 2, 3. Planner guide. Blended. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do. But they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. That sounds nice. Let me know if you've ever needed a job. If you're ever in need of a job, I might find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. Really? It's not? Zaibatsu quote. Zaibatsu has been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that were, by all means, illegal. The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point of our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Oh, Elma. No, hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy, sometimes something I will fight to uphold. First the greeting stop, then saying please and thanks stops. And before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. I'm not. In fact, I'll go through that door again and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this and nothing more." "You overdid it. You totally overdid it." Quoth the bartender, "I did not." "So you like poetry?" I had a phase. "Can I get you some?" Let's start with a big cobalt velvet. Sure. Oops. Hey, drag. Blend it. Oops. Glad that didn't serve. Did I? Oh, it was mixed, not blended. I'm an idiot. I can start mixing and then add the ice. Wait, is the color different? Yeah. Sure, let's go with this. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring up any bells? Uh-oh. Wow, you went pale. The name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card reading told me that I'd make great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest for my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived. Nothing on the internet is ever deleted permanently, is it? Huh. Why? Relax, it's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? God, no. I gave up the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... Ugh. I don't know. I like the way you looked. Wait, there are pictures as well? That's horrible. All dressed in black with the rare accessory popping off thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday I had to take my mind off the whole day and thing, so I ran up a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks all like that. I just used a search engine, you know. I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to that page? You do realize your mail account in everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You're obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 69, not 69, like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6-9. If you put a dash between there, probably though. I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. That's alright. Oh. So it is. Here. This is the thing. Say, Elma, speaking of the past, what was your long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past. I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine. Fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yeah. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends I'd describe as such that I've introduced to my family at all. And all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight, and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it... Anyways, the other guy I met shortly after I dropped out, he was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. She said that earlier already. And then there's Richard. Oh? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry, and I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't. Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe that even if just a little, for a little bit, that maybe he changed his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to impress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Did I get that right? Yes, I've served enough beers to remember the recipe. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you're really embarrassed about that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age do you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. You're real, and you're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one, and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation then. I gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and those replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Huh. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take that operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. And she even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes. Just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment and it would pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that. I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. Now you don't. Eh? Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance. You just used it. Damn it. Surprise. Hey, Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey. Not particularly, no. Although there was this one paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine processors would leave the body after death, and then act as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image, not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in the body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still interesting read though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convince yourself you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about Gil? For some reason, Ilgo left him like that, it seems. You think? It might have been while he was out. True. Hey boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am. Yeah? Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in the ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through a good old wrestle, but no, seriously, 8th grade what? She gets hooked on the weirdest things, but you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show, and just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as an unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Wait, what? Come here, fuck you, boy! Ah! Oh no. Okay, tomorrow should be fine, right? By February. uh, oops. Hmm. 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 Good evening. Wait, so if there's until February, does paying the rent matter at all? Hmm. Gil, are you humming Shine Spark? Hey, Jill. Are you okay? Are you in love, maybe? Hmm? Nothing of the sort. I'm fine. Right. No, seriously, did you fuck? Men only get so happy after they fucked. That's not. Oh my god, you totally fucked. Was it Alma? Did you have 7 minutes in heaven with her? No, I didn't. In any case, congratulations. I haven't seen you this happy since. Never. Hello, Jill. This is for you, Gil. And this is a copy of Sunshine Stone. You've been humming that shit nonstop, so here you go. Thanks, I guess. It's also a congratulatory gift. For what? Don't play dumb, you totally just got some. It was Titty Hacker, right? You always had our eyes on her. Send her a message. She'll confirm if she did the dirty with him or not. Let me know. Right. I'll be back in my office then. Anyway. Time to mix drinks and change lives and get out of my house. Betty and deal. You are too happy and you are too mopey. What happened? I was right. Hmm? That Laura girl was head over heels for him. I was right on the money. Betty was right, and that deserves a beer. And you? I'm fine. Oh. Here. So the girl was actually infatuated with him. You should have seen her screaming from the top of her lungs that she liked him. And him just standing there, thinking. Just like that. In retrospect, it was a tad too cliche for my taste. Still, I knew she liked him. I was right. I was right. He didn't seem particularly happy. He never is. Unlike your coworker. Holy shit, did he fuck? You're making it too obvious, Gil. How? That beaming face is unmistakable. The face of a guy that caught some enjoyed every moment. Back to deal though. Like I said, he seems lost in thought. Victories like these are few and far between. Let me enjoy myself. I get something non-alcoholic here. That's not how you drown your sorrows, piece of scrap. I'll have a bloom light. Okay. Non-alcoholic and bloom light. Got it. Bloom light. And non-alcoholic, was it? Hmm. 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 Well, this would be. Here. Woo! I win again. Celebrate all you want, but I'm freaking out here. I know nothing about relationships. I have no idea what to do. Well, for starters, what do you think, Jill? Me? Her. Betty, I've seen a few of your relationships, remember? Aside from Veronica, there's Angela, Pamela, Sandra, Rita, Monica, Erica, Tina, Mary, and Jessica. Or should I say, didn't share the bed sheets, snores like a pig, cold feet, shampoo waster, chocolate addict, too religious fan of the wrong rugby team, teetotaler. What the hell is that? Shoes with the mouth open. What do you think, Jill? That you must be quite the heartbreaker to have so many relationships in a short period of time. I mean about the piece of scrap situation. And thank you. I'm not the right person for this. Jill? Gil? Ah, fuck boy. He's still in fucking Cloud 9. Was it fucking in Cloud 9? For starters, how do you feel about her? I don't know. I don't know her that well. Get to know her then. You could start there. Ask her out sometime. Get to know her. Maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe you'll change yours. In the end, you lose nothing by... What? I'm just realizing I'm giving love advice to a Lilum. So I don't know how well it applies to you. These things are humans in all but organs nowadays. Even if that's the case, it's interesting that she felt that way towards him. Why wouldn't she? This fella's a good catch, if I do say so myself. And like I said, humans in all but organs. You surely encounter Lilum that you sometimes forget are not humans. Well, we live in weird times, but hey, that only makes them more interesting. It's good going to other cities and not seeing the same integration of Lilum, and it's odd going to other cities and not seeing the same integration of Lilum though. Well, Good City is pretty much the cradle of social experiments involving Lilum integration, so... Anyway, just try to get to know her. You'll find out how you feel afterwards. Yeah, I think I'll try that. It's quite the uninspired advice if you ask me. Anything else? Let's commemorate the occasion with a piano man and piano woman. I shouldn't stick November's rent to pay loot. Wait, is it the same? Just different concentrations? Yeah. Oh, it's aged and mixed instead of raw on the rocks and mixed. Here. And now we reach a stalemate. I normally take the piano man, but I feel there's a symbolic value in taking the woman. Why order like that then? Well, we better leave for now. Oh yeah. We'll be holding a small New Year's party tomorrow. You guys want to come? Sure. I'm in. Cool. See you then. Bye. Good night, Jill. Please come again. And here comes Streaming Chan. You guys remember this bar, right? Well, shit. Gil, I'm out. I'll... Great. Not so fast, Miss Lana Smith. Wait. Oh, right. She faked her name. Right, I remember now. Fuck. I went to the Augmented Eye looking for you, and what do I find out? Lana Smithy's not a person. It's just a collective nickname everyone uses when writing crap. Why lie on me like that? Well, no matter. Night. night's young. Give me something nasty like last time, will you? Is it still gonna keep going? This spot's right. Here. This is the... Hold on. Look. It was nasty, alright. And now it's time for me to be a nice person and give you something nice. Huh. It's the second time I'm here, so it's only natural you get your own copy of my theme song. No, thank you. Don't be shy, let me give you one. I mean it, no thank you. Well, too late, it's already in your player. Is it now? Is that it? That can't... How in the ever-living fuck did you do that? Magic. That's bullshit. Video editing magic. Did you just hack into the music player? Let's move on, shall we? Great. Yeah, whatever. Hey, weren't there dogs? Last time you talked about this place like it was this zany haven of sorts. But I see the same shit. Seriously, no decorations or anything of the like? Good questions. Where are the dogs? Either haven't paid enough attention to their arrival or they haven't come. Idols, newspaper managers, talking dog. Wait, no, that's Yumi-chan. Idols, newspaper managers, talking dogs, and yet this is the same old bar like last time. I might sue you for fake advertising, you know. Now that I think about it, maybe boss just donated money to this sewer thing. And then tricked the dogs into coming here as a part-timer for kicks. Oh well, anything interesting lately? I mean, it's not like I missed them, but they should at least show their faces. Hello? Sorry, what did you say? I was asking if there are any new stories. This is not a newspaper, you know. When is it a crazy stories on demand streaming service? That's a big fat lie, and you know it. Shut up. But I said nothing. I mean, so shut that idea up. Yeah, that. I won't. Last time I came here, the viewership peaked for some reason, and I want to find out why. Maybe Pretty Boy over there can tell us a story of who he fucked. He's so distracted he won't even make a retort. Amazing. I guess there's something worth saying, but then I want to hear it. Well, Kira Mickey came yesterday again. You're shitting me. You expect me to believe she came all the way here again? Do you even have proof like the glass from last time? Well, if I may interject. You've been listening, boss? The walls are pretty thin. No. Anyway, she did. I even took a pic with her. Shit, what? Let's see. Why? I try to make an appointment with her and she's always busy. But you sit there and she comes waltzing over. It's not fair. If I knew how the hell stuff like that happened, I'd share my secrets. I was just as baffled as you are right now. Yeah, but I bet you're not even that much of a fan anyway, are you? Not wrong. Can you at least tell me how nice she was as a client? Very graceful client, much like the last time. A really nice girl. I'm gonna give you my number. If she ever comes back, you let me know. You hear? I'm not gonna let you keep her to yourself. I really doubt she'll come back again, though. She already came twice. I'm not taking any chances. I need something to drown this anger with. Give me something girly, will you? Okay. And let's just drown it. Aged and mixed. Here. Whew, let's just chill a bit. It's still not fair. You know, you're boring today. You're not chatting that much, nor are you doing anything funny. Maybe the whole peak viewership thing is just you. Maybe this bar and me both had nothing to do with the spike. Maybe you're just that good. Are you hitting on me? I'm not. In fact, I'm trying hard to get you to leave pronto. Don't be so hard on the girl. She's fun. Another nuisance shows up. Oh, Joe hates me. It's not hate, it's just... Wait, I'm not having this conversation again. Boring. Hey, you are curious, right? About fuckboy's partner. Want to know who it was? Do you know? Maybe, maybe not. That maybe not settles it then. Not taking any chances. Oh, come on! Bartender, you're making lots of faces there. It's nothing, really. Did the two bartenders break or something? Should I call the manager? Tech support? Hey, Joe. Inner and outer voice, remember? Fuck. What? Who fucked? Aside from that guy, I mean. So you're oddly calm today. Well, I've been getting more sleep lately. That way I don't feel like if I stop talking, I'll die. Crash is one hell of a drug. And what do you know? I can actually make it premium time. I can make it premium time if I go commando. But come on, I'm getting bored out of my ass here. Do something. I'm not a dog. You can just ask me to roll over, you know. Mind if I entertain you a bit then? Boss? You and Gil, take a break. I'll entertain the missy here. Alright. Jill, by that I meant take Gil with you. I don't want him humming to the middle of the road and right into the truck's grill. Grilled Gil. Right. Alright, Gil, come with me. Huh? Am I still getting evicted? Want one? No thanks, I don't smoke. Alright, I got a text from Alma. Boss! Alma and Gil didn't fuck. Well, that's a bummer. She is sending congratulations your way, though. Tell her I said thanks, I guess. So who was the lucky girl? Was it Dorothy? So it was a guy. I never thought you swung that way. It wasn't a guy. So it was a girl, and you did fuck. I don't feel comfortable talking about that, you know. You don't make things easy for me, though. Also, I mean, you're pretty hard to get close to me now. You never talk about yourself, you're talkative, so long as it doesn't involve you directly. Teasing you is literally the only way I get through to you. You make me sound like some weird loner. You are a weird loner. At least tell me if you enjoyed the night you spent with whoever it was. I did. Good for you. Why are you humming Sunshine Stone so much, though? Well, after that Idol came yesterday again, I looked up her discography and I can't stop humming or listening to them. Right. Oh god, you didn't fuck the idol girl, did you? No. Why would that be a problem, though? I don't know, just feel weird. Well, that's for the break. Let's go back. Right. Oh, and Gil? Keep in mind what I said about opening up more. I mean it. That way we won't tease you so often. Listening to you say that has to be the weirdest thing I've heard this year. Shut it. I wonder if Alma finds Gil attractive. And that's that. Back. What were you two doing what were you two doing back there? Fucking. Also, just chatting then. Holy crap, did you two really fuck? John has the face of a man who fucked to death recently. Seagull? Seagull, you're making it too obvious. How? What will you have today? I'll have a gut punch. Coming around. What? Nothing. Karma trying. Here. Stop looking at me like that. Sorry. Are you okay? It's weird for you to order something like that. Yeah, I'm just trying out stuff. Did you know living tongues are designed to identify food using the chemical components? Our tongues are designed with the human ones in mind. For example, the first flavors that we detect are sour and bitter, just like you guys. I checked my personal specs and apparently my sensitivity is set to 1.2. That makes me hate those flavors because I feel them harder. Why all that exposition? I mean, I'd lie if I say I wasn't interested, but why? Well, after last time, I got curious and started checking how many of my systems work in detail. For example, the tips of my fingers are so sensitive to vibrations, you could mix a seismograph with them. Huh. Aren't those the ones with barrels in them? Gun barrels. In checking that, I found that it's all based on how humans work. And that got me thinking about what you said. I mean, for my system to work, humans had to understand how they work. And after all those discoveries, they're not any more or less artificial. Why should I be? I don't know, looking up all of that suddenly made me feel real. It was the opposite of what I felt last time. I feel like I'm here right now. Glad to hear that. Alright then, let's try something sweet now. Sweet, girly, happy. Same. Soft. Sweet, classy, happy. Here. Nice. To be honest, it's a bit surreal for me. What? I'm here talking to you, and you're answering like any human would. You're even expressing happiness. I remember when I was a kid, I usually tried to strike conversations with AIs. But after a bit, they just start looping through the built-in answers, repeating the same things over and over. That always made me crash back into reality. When I think back to that, having such advanced AIs like you here right now, it's amazing. I don't know, it makes me, my inner child, happy to see something she always dreamt of. And it helps when I feel particularly cynical. Aw, you flatter me. Besides, I've always thought about humans like nature's The method might have been different, but we too evolved from more simple form ages ago. If Lilith managed to create biological life years from now, it would all have come full circle. So what should I take from this is... You love me? Don't overdo it. Anything else? Let's go with the sugar rush. Okay. Did I just order this for her? No, that was a similar drink. Here. Even in doubt, my love for these is My love for these is real. Somehow that processed through my head differently. How romantic. Man, that go-go is a blast. Don't you feel like talking a bit with Dee Dee? Dee Dee is too much of a prick and Go-Go is tired. Besides, I want to talk with the bartenders. Oh, fuck. Well, I tried, Jill. I'll be in my office. Cute little girl, Lilim! Cam girl! Oh god, these two. What's your name, girl? I'm Dorothy Hayes, at your service. Do you come here often? Are you hitting on me? Hey Dorothy, I'm in the middle of a live stream. Do you want to participate? Sure, sounds like fun. Okay, let's take a recommendation from you. What would you drink? What should I drink next? Try the Sugar Rush. Bartender, Sugar Rush, over here. Bartender. Sorry, what? Sugar Rush, please. Right. Let's try to knock her out. Here. Good choice, Dorothy. Yay! So what are you doing in my turf? Streaming Chan. Yes? I mean, that's what she calls herself. Man, that's a tacky name. Wait, what was that? What was it? I swear someone said wanna die. Yeah, but it's my tacky name. Actually, that's not my name. What's your real name then? Behind Streaming Chan's awesome mask lies the humble Nicole Chen. Humble. Why not call yourself Streaming Chen? It's funny that you mention it. You see, when I started calling myself, when I started, I called myself Nico Chen. I changed websites, so the name fell a bit out of place. Thus, I became Streaming Chen. Everyone nicknamed me Streaming Chan, though, so I just went along with it. Oh, yeah, I get it. At one point, I was going to call myself Dolores Hayes, but then I realized the name was as simple as a brick to the face. Anyway, I'm here because the last time I came, I ended up with a greater view numbers than usual, and so I wanted to treat my loyal audience again. Oh, I see. Well, you came to the right place, especially if you're looking for some comfy fun. Honey, here would seem harsh, but you just need to crack your shell. Shut up. See, you just need to say the right thing at the right time, and she becomes a sweetheart. Quiet, you. Don't play hard to get, you know it's true. Hey, stream girl. That's me. I'll regret asking this, but don't you have a sponsor? It's weird that it's been this long without some advertisement. I have, but you see, the contract with them expired, so Marvin, the business guy or whatever, had to make a new one. He was going to send a draft to this lawyer, as it had a couple of additions, but let's see, he got too excited with my VR model and the contract became unreadable. How? Oh, so he used the contract to... Wow! I ain't reading that shit. I mean, you'd expect certain principles to be upheld, but even in the adult VR industry, I reported him and he got fired. Now they're looking for a new business person thing. Honestly, I think that paper cuts all of his are punishment enough. But I mean, why the contract? I don't mind it if he jacked off to an image of me, but the contract. That's money that you're soiling right there. I would have gone on back on the deal, but were it not for the owner paying me a visit and apologizing profusely. Some people seriously dig paper cuts. I've done enough crazed teacher fantasies to know how they can be a problem. I don't think you need to have experience to understand that. That said, Gil's been grimacing for a full minute now. Don't. Oh God, no. No, 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 no. I did not need to think about that. Huh. But you know, I like you, Dorothy. Why don't we celebrate with beers? My treat. All right. Two big beers, honey. Great. Mixed. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up. Oh. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is 8, right? Aye. Here. Cheers. Cheers! Can't really get... Not really. Alright, I'm not feeling my tongue or feet. Time to get lewd. Did I hear lewd? Do you have any stories? This will be a treat for non-premium users. I once met a guy that insisted on doing it in a jacuzzi. He didn't mind being in premium time, so I started setting up the cameras. And man, was it a challenge. I mean, I wasn't just gonna stream with the water, I wanted some underwater action too. What did you do with the bubbles and all? That was the least of the problems. We just turned the jets off. But not only did I have to make a makeshift underwater cover, I also had to keep in mind the heat. Heat isn't good with cameras. Did you try chilling the cam a bit and putting it in a bag with some filling? We made something more convoluted. We took a small cooler, opened a hole for the lens, and sealed it in plastic. I made sure things looked good through the camera and started recording. Threw in some cooling packs and sealed the heck out of the cooler. Did it need any weight? Yep, luckily the guy was into bodybuilding, so we used some old dumbbells. He was also ripped as no, that's another story. It was all a success, but it's also the last time I had to do jacuzzi. Blood rushing hot water. I felt I was dying midway through it. Thank God he decided to resume the action out of the water midway through it, or I would have surely died. At least the guy didn't burn himself. What do you mean? Last time I had sex in the jacuzzi, my body got so hot that the guy almost burned his dick. I considered investing in a cooling system, but it's just so situational and expensive that I'll pass. Besides, those cooling systems require too much maintenance. Wait, I think I should leave. But care to join me in escapades for the rest of the night? Can I plug my services at the end of the night? Sure. Then count me in. I've got the perfect stories. Let's be on our way then. Goodbye, bartender. Bye, honey. Well, let's start the story. You see, there was this one Mega Santa. Wait, seriously? They left. Pair made in hell. Well, at least they look like they're having fun. That method of filming underwater is starting to come blue as fuck though. But I guess it's hard to keep a cool head when you're horny. We're done, boss. Man, don't you just feel great? Were we in the same place? Here, Jill. What's this? Bonus. Today I got a taste of the kind of clients you deal with and... keep it up. Well, tomorrow is the big day, so get ready. That goes for both of you. One mistake, did I? Can I not pay off the rent now? Well, it was overdue. Nothing. New Year's Eve. Should the shop be open, for that matter? We're at 3. Getting back, getting everything ready. I'll grab some food I've ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I want to pick it up myself. You alright? I'm scared. Gabby should show up any minute. Relax, everything will be alright. I can assure you of that. Drink something, maybe that'll cheer you up. Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, a hug. Does that work? And Jill goes wild. A big one. Ready for after everything's said and done. I'll go, you can do it. Alright. Everything's fine. We've been avoiding this for all these years. Now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello. Gabby? Come in. Excuse me. Not sure if I want to voice Gabby. Welcome to Right. Hey. You talk first. No, Some days ago I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. A what? My sister sent you a letter. That's the first I've heard about it. What did it say? I don't know. I never opened it. Not until now. I figure I should read it with you. Uncrease your brow, please. Yes, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that. Yeah. Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back? This is just like your sister. I spent days worrying about this letter. Not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. After all those worries, after all those problems, after all those years not talking to her, she sends me a letter, a fucking letter of all things. She just says sorry. Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years. Now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like that time when she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day, and you were pissed about the lack of 3. All that time when you left an unopened beer bottle on the table. She sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it, and you're confused all day long. You always brag. She always bragged. Wrong one. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. So the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, like that she had all the rights to brag. She was being sincere though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. Condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yeah. Thing is, apparently, she suffered that since she was 18. But kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know. I was angry to learn that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had to use a serum. Shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. Shots even left a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark. And the rejection was what ended up killing her. The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her. But they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. The doctor said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere. Or maybe it was her blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. We don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it alone instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just solved my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I had given a chance to the research institute back then? The amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today, I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive. You're here. I can make amends with you. I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now. Jill. Lenore. She's resting right now. She's just resting after that heart condition all these years. She didn't have to face it alone. If only... So, let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we'll do it together. Together. Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask though, did she really start to complain about chest pain shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then we thought it was just acid reflux or something. Because I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then. Part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone, something. You didn't deserve that. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry too, you know. We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. You should have been mature and not shot at you either, so let's just call all that water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So how did you find me exactly? Hmm. Well, have you heard of a message board called Danger You? I have, yeah. Well, truth is that I visit it from time to time, and the other day I read a thread that discussed the bar, and the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad? No, not mad. More like dumbfounded. Hey Jill, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Back then, I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job after that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much, like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future. She started talking about marriage. You were going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. Just thinking, I was just saying, it was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. The thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her. I didn't think I was ready for such commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't gonna let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I was pretty much college. I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. She had the best. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. It rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would she have? What would what would have stopped her once we'd gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was the best for me. But what about my freedom, my say on the matter? So that's why we stopped loving. So that's why you stopped loving the Nor. No, no. I never stopped loving her. Which is why it hurts so much. But you have to understand. I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while to put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself, thinking carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what left you to fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me that bad. It could have been avoided if I had just kept a cool head and talked. My sister said something like that. I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion Oh, she was. Oh, sorry, she was about the whole thing, right? She should have listened to her to the end, but instead kept pushing her. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. I should have stopped projecting myself so much into her. Something like that. We are quite the hotheads. You, me, my sis. You were supposed to be the mature one, you know. Play your role correctly. But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? As us too? No, it's just that. Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? But my sister wouldn't have scolded you. I was afraid. Dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. I faced her back then, and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I came up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know. Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her again. It feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and my sis were meant for one another. Both moved on after all that. Neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. And like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes wouldn't bring her back. There's so much though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she were here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces, both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? Toast. Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink. Don't worry, trust me. She's underage, right? I can't remember, honestly. Grab this for a second. Okay. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now. As I give a drink to your little sister, it's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gabby, in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problems you and I had. Hey, want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me, say it to her. It's a bit. Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. One-chan no baka. Hey, Jill. Jill? promise me you won't be like that knucklehead? That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself? Only if you promise the same with me. And promise we won't fight. We can't do that. You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later, we'll clash on some opinion. What I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said, that you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. Cheers. So, about this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. You might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. Right. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you beer once as a prank? Oh, yeah, that. It was April's Fool's. I should have known better than when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny, and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Did you get punched? Yeah, but did you know you got my drink that time? She gave me a beer, and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh. Did you get back at her? Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. Wow. And as a follow-up, she used that same cucumber in a salad. Oh, good lord. She said, so do you like eating me for lunch? I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Hey Gabby, do your parents know you're here? They think I'm at Clarice. Clarice, at least. Actually. Who? Well, she's my best friend at school. And this Clarice knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course. How could she come for me otherwise? True. We'll go to her house afterwards. To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Clary doesn't live close by, so... Can't be helped. I live nearby, and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough at least to spend the night. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good. Yep, he opened a second branch last year. Huh, so he's looking to expand. I think he got into a partnership with a friend in Motor District. I saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District has almost no bakeries. I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. You started shouting, I knew it! I fucking knew you were a lesbian. Mark 1 for daddy! I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sister was 12 years or so. Dad said sis was into girls. The acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory. Your mom and Nora never made up, did they? I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society and her circle of friends. The lesbian daughter was no. I'm still on my sister's side for that one though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were there. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. How did you react to her death? Dunno. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did. They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. Oops, guys. Yep. I haven't seen her since August, I think. Did you two fight too? No, she just hasn't showed up. You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit. But I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. Oh, I thought it was going to be a party here. Alma, over here. Party? Small New Year's celebration. I want to stay for it. I don't want a kid to be wait. I don't want a kid to burden. Somehow that sentence doesn't make sense to me. Somehow. Is kid to burden. I mean, kid to burden? Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get cola for tonight. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. What do you mean? If you don't mind me. Great. Hey, Alma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce to you. Well, she made up. Oh, that's it. I'm still evicted though. But does that matter at all? But yeah, that's a nice resolution at least. It's really sad she couldn't make up with Lenore and all, but yeah, a toast with her sister, no less. There are still some open ends that I want to see though. Like say in Stella, where they would go. I'm not quite curious about the fuckboy though. I mean, kinda, like who actually got him laid? But, yeah. Though I am especially curious about Dorothy though. Will? Oh. Yes, I did have fun. Oh. It's the enter key rather than clicking. Okay. Oh, it's auto. Oh wait. It's not the enter key, it just happened just as I tapped it. It is, right? Who's Belush? I know gracias is thanks in Mexican? Spanish. Oh, is it moving day? They are pretty ruthless. They don't even allow you to skip 1 month. Wow, she was 2 months late. 2 months late already. Jill. At least it wasn't because you spent too much money on. Right. About that. Forget it. I don't want to hear. Let's go to sleep. Tomorrow you'll regroup and think what to do next. Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay here by the. Whoa, your bed is huge. Queen size. Considering I lived with a guy for at least 4 years. Lonely. But also really comfortable. Just like single life, I guess. Hope you don't mind sleeping with me. There's not enough space for the futon in here, though. I haven't slept in a mattress for 2 years now. That can be good for your back. Bad for your morale. Anyways, good night. Night night. Aww. I love the look in her eye. So cute. And that doesn't look queen size though. Actually, it's like disturbingly in between single and. Well, what do I know? It's not like I've gone mattress shopping before. Well, no, actually I have. Just that it's for singles. Indeed, you don't want to wake up like you don't disturb sleeping people, especially when they're comfortable. Your boss would have let me crash in her place. Well, let's just try to sleep a little bit and. Where's 4? No 4, go away. No, you piece of fur, don't you dare sleep on my floor. Here you can now save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen or bar will let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money. Thank you for playing. Hey! Nice! But yes, that was Valhalla. No, I will not say the title literally, okay? No. But yeah, that was warm, cozy. Now, as much as I'd like to, actually go to a bar and see whether bars are like that, but honestly, no, not a chance in hell. I would sooner lock my door, close all the windows and whatnot. Oh, hey! That's cute. Okay, that's cute. Yeah, as much as I'd want to, go to an actual bar and whatnot, reality sucks. I remember actually, embarrassingly enough, I did find out that there was a maid cafe in town. I intended to actually, I don't know, have a look-see, but I decided to research just in case. And what do you know? I was right to research because, well, they don't exactly have the Japanese service spirit, shall we say. So, yeah, they probably wouldn't quite fit the regular, well, stereotyped moe-made image. So yeah, there's that. Glad I didn't waste money. I And unfortunately, the time I went to Japan, I didn't go to a maid cafe. I did go to a cat cafe though, even though I have cats at home. And the cat cafe was at Akiba. That place, I know, I felt right at home. What was that? Was it a Gundam shop? No. It's an anime cafe. I saw it across the street, but I didn't get to go in. I didn't go inside because, well, there was a queue. It's a really long queue, and we didn't really have the time to line up for that long. For an unknown duration, no less. Yeah. Oh, but I did get to, at the time, I did get to catch the life-size Gundam before it was torn down. That was gorgeous. I'm so glad I went. Or rather, I'm glad my mom dragged me along. Honestly, when my mom, like, she just sprung it on me, the trip, because honestly, I thought it was a bad idea. Why? Because, well, I didn't have the money to spend on souvenirs and whatnot. But she booked everything anyways. And for that, I'm grateful to her. I will probably just play any other playthroughs in my own time. So I can put this on my finished list. Yay. Okay, so in the afternoon, I mean the evening. Let's see, what do I want to play in the evening? You know, I originally intended to just play story-based games on this channel. However, I don't mind playing games that, you know, work the brain as well, that don't have a story. So maybe I'll play Besiege. Maybe. There's also Doom, though. It's really too bad I can't play Catherine. Which reminds me, P3. Never got to play. I played the P3P on the PSP, so I never got to play P3 Fest, and it really bothers me. When are they getting? When are they gonna port it? I really want to finish it properly. Though there is the movies. And I played P4, on the PC, but not P5 is on PS PlayStation, right? I don't have one. Oh, but there's also Metro Exodus. I should start on that, huh? Maybe some other time. What about Omega Labyrinth? Yakuza? Nah. Shall we? Yeah. I guess I'll continue that Darkwood, yeah, soon, eventually. So yeah, I'll end the stream here. Leave a comment on my shitty voice acting, I suppose. I have the okay. So I have the idea to try out ASMR, or more to the point, to try out meditation streams, because I've seen so many people talk about not being able to sleep and whatnot, and well, I never had the issue, so maybe, I mean, calming down and emptying your mind to sleep, you can easily do that. I want to try, you know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Like, yeah, right. Okay, anyway, let's end the stream. Like and subscribe and whatnot. Comment, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Follow me on Twitter as well.